He travelled the world entertaining. In America he had his own special train. He walked with kings and presidents. His name was Sir Harry Lauder, and he came from Scotland.
Went for a trip to the Heelands when the heather was bonny in bloom. When a something there entered my feelings, when a something there settled my doom. It was a lass by the name of MacGregor. The twinkle of her eye was the thing, but since I've seen the shape of her figure, I've done nothing but constantly sing. Flower o' the heather, my heather belle. I know she knows I love her more than I can tell. Aye, blushing bonny and fresh as the spring in the well. Flower o' the heather, my heather belle.
Harry Lauder is well known by the elder people within Portobello and within Edinburgh and to a great extent Glasgow. He was a wonderful entertainer, and these people remember him as an entertainer, remember his songs and remember the man.
He was a wonderful actor and a clean living man, and my parents always went to see him, and I saw him myself when I was a girl.
Well, apart from the fact that I have an interest in Portobello history anyway, and he appears as, you know, as part of the history of Portobello. That probably about sums it up.
Very good. Enjoyed all his songs. He's a nice wee man.
All my life I've been very happy in Portobello, once a very industrial town, but I'm afraid it has moved with the times and things are not just as busy as it used to be. One would hope that things will improve to let us see it coming back to the days when it was very much a holiday town as well as an industrial one.
After all, he's one of the few local lads who made good. Yes, I do think it's an excellent idea, particularly when it's old music hall which has died, I'm afraid. It would be marvellous to see it coming back again, but when I think of the marvellous days of the going to the theatre, I've seen Harry Lauder quite often when I was a youngster.
My great-grandfather was a doctor that brought him into the world. And this has caused great controversy, of course, over where he was born. Now, the story has it that what they call Lauder Cottage isn't exactly where he was born. He was born over the road and carried to Lauder Cottage. Now,
Of course, he was born here. Is that really his cottage up there?
Regarding the controversy about the birthplace of Harry Lauder, it isn't really important exactly where in Portobello he was born. The main thing is that he was a native of Portobello and was born in the town.
His songs will go on forever.
It's really wonderful that his memory has lived so long. It's a very lovable man and one that's, I don't think, will ever be forgotten.
He was kind of universal in his outlook. He portrayed the human character, the simple man who lived and loved life.
I like my old hometown. I like the place that gave me birth. I like my old hometown. I think it's the sweetest place on earth. There is something always calling me from the north, south, east or west. I speak true when I am telling you I like my hometown best. There is a certain something always seemed to take us back, away back to the days when we were boys, back to where our mother used to guide our every step and share in all our sorrows and our joys. Can you see a cozy corner down a winding lane where you used to meet your sweetest girl? Can you see a cottage with the roses round the door, the first and dearest home in all the world? I like my old hometown. I like the place that gave me birth. I like my old hometown. I think it's the sweetest place on earth. There is something always calling me from the north, south, east or west. I speak true when I am telling you I like my hometown best. I like my old hometown. I like the place that gave me birth. I like my old hometown. I think it's the sweetest place on earth. There is something always calling me from the north, south, east or west. I speak true when I am telling you I like my hometown best. You can't beat the old hometown, eh? Oh, well, good night. Good night. bonny lassie on the Portobello pier. She was lonely and looked so shy. I was sorry for her, that's as sure as I am here. So I just walked over and I winked my eye. She was standing blushing and she giggled and she sighed. I said, oh my lassie, it's a braw breakneck. Then I slipped my arm round about her and to kiss her side. Then we both went strolling in the pale moonlight. Then I cuddled her. She cuddled me. I am as happy as a sailor on the sea, for the Portobello lassie since she gone to marry me. I cuddled her. She cuddled me. I am as happy as a sailor on the sea, for the Portobello lassie since she gone to marry me. Hey!
As President of Portobello Tourism Development Association, I'm glad to have the opportunity of saying a few words. This association was formed about 5 years ago to bring back to Portobello the popularity which it used to have and which it lost, but which happily is now recovering. Out of this, the Sir Harry Lauder Society was born, and we're happy to have, as part of our Harry Lauder Festival Week, a very good contribution from Ms. Audrey Bullen and the Lauder Society to the exhibition and festival.
I cuddled her. She cuddled me. Woo! I am as happy as a sailor on the sea, for the Portobello lassie she's gone to marry me. Hey!
Welcome to the Portobello Town Hall to the Sir Harry Lauder exhibition.
The Portobello Tourism Development Association, in conjunction with the Harry Lauder Society, are presenting a festival week in Portobello. The festival is to commemorate the birth of Sir Harry Lauder on the 4th of August, and we try to hold this exhibition in the week containing 4th August. We have been able to borrow certain costumes from Hamilton District Museum, and we have on display one of these costumes here, along with 6 others which form part of the exhibition. This particular costume is the one which Sir Harry Lauder wore when he sang the song, the Tobermory Song.
No hitting and flesh, it is Mackay's and my delight, like travellers in a story, to go exploring here and there, and search of pleasure and fresh air. So last year for our holidays, we went up to Tobermory. And oh my, you ought to see Mackay and me, for we were fairly in our glory. We roamed the bush together among the bonny blooming heather, with the bonny lasses up at Tobermory.
I'm a Canadian of Vancouver, and I'm visiting Portobello and finding this exhibition exceedingly stimulating. There's so much more about Harry Lauder's life than I ever could have imagined. I've enjoyed listening to his records, and the more I learn about Harry Lauder, the more interesting he becomes, both as a entertainer and as a man. So it's interesting to be in the little town where he began it all by being born in Portobello.
time. I was very bonny, I used to eat a bonny with lots I knew I haven't on in my waking awaken I and sleep I can't get more thinking on my dearie, and am I waking He was very nice and kind to me with Sandy. He used to buy me ginger snaps and lumps of sugar candy. Am I waking I and sleep I can't get for thinking on my dearie, and am I waking Once he said to me, Maggie, you're my Sturak, and then he kissed me on the nose and he took me to the Gurak, and am I waking I and sleep I can't get for thinking on my dearie, and am I waking
And I thought he had a really good, true, good voice. Not the usual comedian who doesn't sing very well. Yes, he really deserved his success, I think. And he must have put Portobello and Scotland on the map, whichever way we can't argue about. But yes, I think he deserves to be honoured in his own town.
He was born in Portobello, a stone's throw from the sea. In times gone by he made folk laugh with songs for you and me. The songs he sang were simple, but they eased a heavy load and helped a body keep right on to ending of life's road. With walking stick by no means straight and bonnet all askew, he gave delight to many folk, the likes of me and you. A loving man who cared about the ones less rich than he, who solved a problem where he could with kind diplomacy. In days of doubtful humour, when simple things seem past, we hail Sir Harry Lauder, whose song and wit will last. We know his bonny lassie, could this the morning be, for which he left just something in his bottle for you and me.
Apart from being a marvellous entertainer, he was a wonderful man all over the world, and never one suggested or rude remark came from the stage at all. He was extremely kind, extremely generous, and couldn't be taken liberties with, but help in every direction, keep quiet about it. He wanted to be the mean, miserable Scot. This cape I've got on was Harry's cape for years and years, and recently an American man wrote me and asked if I would sell the cape. My reply was, sir, with regard to your inquiry about Harry Lauder's cape, you can have Edinburgh Castle or Holyrood Palace, but you're not getting Harry Lauder's cape. I'm keeping that.
Oh, the bonny laddies love the Kilty lads, and love or war they know we're always true. And well they know that we for a bonny lass would be. The kilty laddies love the lasses too, eh? Oh, the bonny lasses love the kilty lads. In love or war they know we're always true. Or a bonny lass would be. The kilty laddies love the lasses too, eh?
When Harry Lauder had this unprecedented overnight success on his first appearance in London, he was inundated immediately that evening by offers from agents. He signed every contract put in front of him. You must remember that this man had had a very difficult time, and to see what looked to him like security for many years ahead must have been a godsend. So he signed them all, and stories have it that he signed for people like Danny Clark of the Argyle, Birkenhead, the legendary Argyle, for £10 a week, and had to interrupt lucrative American tours in order to fulfill his obligations. That is the kind of man that Harry Lauder was, because he had the one agent for all his life, and it was all done on a handshake.
I'm sounding all the frail like a dog without a tail, and it's all through Jean McPhail, the lass a killie cranky. Toodaloo-daloo-daloo, all the doodle, all the doodle, Jesus sweet, it's honey to the lass a killie cranky. Toodaloo-daloo-daloo, all the doodle, all the doodle, Jesus sweet, it's honey to the lass a killie all the doodle, all the doodle, Jesus sweet, it's honey to the lass a killie cranky. Toodaloo-daloo-daloo, all the doodle, all the doodle, Jesus sweet, it's honey to the lass a killie cranky.
His working class childhood meant that his formal education was not good, but he was a very intelligent man, with the result that he was a public relations expert before public relations had been invented. He has been dubbed as Scotland's very own ambassador, and he went worldwide carrying the Scottish flag to expatriates in New Zealand, Canada, Australia, America, where he was quite rightly lauded. This amazing man also used the carcanny Scottish attitude and built up the image of being a very, very mean man, which all added to his image. And in actual fact, he gave away lots of money to charity anonymously. He did good by stealth.
Have you enjoyed the exhibition?
Yeah.
What did you think of the old Portobello pictures?
Oh, marvellous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they bring back memories to you?
Wish we could turn the clock back.
You wish you could turn the clock back, I'm quite sure. Yeah.
Oh, I never, never worry, and I never, never grieve. I take things very easy, but I can't take a leave. And I work the whole week round frae early morn till late at night. And on Saturday I eagerly look forward with delight to beautiful Sunday. I wish it would never come Monday, 'cause I lie between the sheets, my bed adorning. Oh, it's very nice, yes, it's very, very nice to get your breakfast in your bed on Sunday morning.
Well, David, there is one little episode I'd like to tell you to illustrate the type of man Sir Harry Lauder was. He always studied the staff and the people, and it's quite humorous this, but this was typical of Sir Harry. He was always on the set very punctually, 9 o'clock every morning, and the staff were all waiting for him, cameraman, producer, director, clapper boy, and so and so. And one morning, Dorothy Boyd, who was the star on the other side of the film, 9 o'clock arrived and no Dorothy. 9:05, no Dorothy. Sir Harry started getting restless. We worried, and I said to the clapper boy, slip up to Dorothy's dressing room, please, tell her to come down at once. And anyway, she turned up about 5 minutes after that. By then it was 10 minutes or so. And it was a question of whether George Pearson or I was going to chide Dorothy, because we've got to be very careful with film stars. And while we were thinking about it, a voice boomed out through the studio. Dorothy, why are you late? I said to George, all right, Sir Harry will handle this. No answer. Then we heard, I am Sir Harry Lauder, and if it's good enough for me to be on the set at 9 o'clock in the morning, it's good enough for a chit of a girl like you. She's a film star. To be on the set at 9 o'clock. We thought that was the end of it, but oh no, he hadn't finished. And furthermore, my girl, if you're not on the set at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going to smack your bottom. There was dead silence in the studio. Dorothy Boyd was on the set at 9 o'clock the next morning. Now, it's an illustration of how concerned Sir Harry was with the staff who were always there. He cooperated in every possible way. Absolutely marvellous. And, of course, there was a tittering round the studio. We all grinned, of course, that sort of thing. And I'll never forget that. I thought I'd let you have that one, David.
There is somebody waiting for me in an old cabin down by the sea, in the land where I wish I could be. There is somebody waiting for me. There is somebody waiting for me in an old cabin down by the sea, in the land where I wish I could be. There is somebody waiting for me.
I think one of the greatest shots Sir Harry ever did, possibly in his career, was a shot where he was up in the Highlands on Hogmanay night waiting for his bairn to turn up to join the old man. And the time comes when the housekeeper walks in and says, it's 6:30, it's 10:30, last train has gone, no bairn. And we had to do the shot. We did it on a Sunday. I got a beautiful chiming clock, and I asked Sir Harry, I said, I want you to fill the screen, and when its clock strikes 12 and there's no bairn, the old man's been left up in the Highlands, I want to see 2 tears run down your face. He said, that's going to be difficult. I said, can I ask you a favour, Sir Harry? May I put a picture of Lady Lauder on a table? It may help. Well, he was a great actor, and he allowed me to do that. Anyway, I told him the story and what was happening, how the poor old man had been left on his own, no bairn. It was a nightclub in London. And I gave the signal to the property man. The clock started to strike 12. I had some nice Chopin music playing in the background. And he held the screen. I wanted him to hold the screen for 3 minutes. Well, he held the screen for 2 minutes, full face. And just towards the end, 2 tears went down his cheeks. No bairn. The old man was on his own. I'll never forget that shot. And the press gave quite a big notice about it. And it made a wonderful, wonderful picture of Sir Harry himself. If one could get hold of that, it would be really something. To hold the screen full face for 2 minutes sounds not very much, but it takes a lot of doing. And, oh, he was a great actor, and he was so cooperative, so very cooperative. And that is one story which one experience I had with Sir Harry, I'll never forget.
This is one of Harry Lauder's walking sticks, which we have got a loan of from Willie Merrilees, a great friend of Sir Harry. He also loaned us his fishing rod. Harry was a great fisher and loved the day on the burn when he was fishing. When he stayed in Hamilton, he stayed in a wee humble cottage and he worked in the coal pits. And this is his Glenny lamp, which he used to see what he was doing. Also here we have Harry Lauder at home and on tour.
His biographer, Gordon Irving, recalls some of the beliefs he stood by.
He would say, he says, I'm telling you, he says, happiness is one of the few things in this world that doubles every time you share it with someone else. Sitting down under hard knocks is the worst thing possible. Get on with the next job in hand, and that way you feel less sorry for yourself.
This is the pipe that Harry used to smoke. He was a great smoker. He started away as a boy when he was only 12 years old, and that was one of his habits. We still have some of the matches left which he used to light his pipe in these days. And this is the knife with which he cut his tobacco for to fill his pipe and enjoy his smoke. That was one of his weaknesses, smoking. He was a very fine gentleman and also a wonderful musical artist.
Society was formed in Harry Lauder's birthplace 4 years ago. The interest in the society and in Lauder has been absolutely fantastic. The display which we're looking at today has more or less been donated by friends of the society. There we have a bust of Lauder which stood in an alcove in Lauder Hall, which was presented to the society by Greta Lauder-Fraser, our chairlady.
Will you stop your tickling joke? Stop your tickling joke. Then he make me laugh, say Harry, or you'll make me choke. I wish you'd stop your nonsense. Look at all your folk. Stop your tickling.
Stop Your Tickling Joke was possibly one of his funniest songs. But it wasn't only his singing, it was his actions and the original way he danced about this platform while he was singing and dancing would make anyone laugh. And people used to be howling, particularly when he sang and danced this favourite song of his and the favourite of many, many people all over the world.
Never has been and will continue, I believe, that a Scot is a Scot, no matter in what land he be. He always takes a something with him far across the sea. The love o' him, the glow of fame, I seem to overrun. And when they meet as we hae met, they all creep close and croon. Sing us a simple melody, sing us a simple tune. Take us back to Scotland when the bluebells are blooming in June. Sing the songs we used to sing when we were toddling roon. Man, it's just like being at home, the new in Edinburgh tune.
The Usher Hall in 1927, Sir Harry Lauder was given the freedom of the city of Edinburgh. In the King's Theatre, Edinburgh, is a plaque to commemorate Sir Harry's association with the city.
Here at the King's Theatre, Edinburgh, is the plaque to Sir Harry Lauder, which was erected by the British Music Hall Society and was unveiled by our then President Don Ross, who was the husband of another great music hall performer, Gertie Gitana. The British Music Hall Society, which has been in existence for some 20 years, was proud to be associated with the erection of this plaque to not only Scotland, but one of the world's greatest entertainers.
Roaming in the gloaming on the bonny banks of Clyde, roaming in the gloaming with my laddie by my side. When the sun has gone to rest, that's the time that we love best. Oh, it's lovely roaming in the gloaming. Oh, it's lovely roaming in the gloaming.
Harry Lauder went down to London knowing full well that all people with provincial accents had failed up to then, not including the Irish. In fact, he had to perform as an Irishman originally, ran out of Irish songs in London, sang Scottish songs, and was so successful that he was inundated with offers. So it was really Harry Lauder who made it possible for the likes of George Formby Sr., Jack Pleasance, Tom Foy, the daft lads from the provinces, to be successful in London.
Free.
Harry Lauder's only son, Captain John Lauder, was killed in action in France during the First World War, something which Sir Harry never got over. In April 1919, Harry Lauder was knighted by King George V for his outstanding contribution to the war effort with his £1 million fund.
I appeal to the English-speaking world because the fears of a British soldier standing on the street, selling matches or laces after this war would make me wish to God that my son had not laid down his life for his country.
Yeah, I'd just go in front, you get the whole group with that behind, that would be the best thing. Hey Bob! Bob!
I wish you were here again. Your long absence filled me with pain. Your voice and your smile live with me all the while. I wish you were here again. I wish you were here
Such is the enthusiasm of the Harry Lauder Society that were stood here on the top of Glen Branta at the memorial to Sir Harry Lauder's son John, who was killed in the 1914 war. I've got here Harry Lauder's book A Minstrel in France, and this is the poem that Sir Harry wrote in memory of his beloved son. Oh, there's sometimes I am lonely and I'm weary all the day to see the face and clasp the hand of him who is away. The only one God gave me, my one and only joy, my life and love were centred on my one and only boy. The days are long, the nights are drear, the anguish breaks my heart, but oh, I'm proud my one and only laddie played his part, for God knows best his will be done, his grace does me employ, I do believe I'll meet again my one and only boy.
Your voice and your smile live with me all the while. I wish you were here again.
Harry Lauder, to me, a name ready-made for music hall. Ever since a boy of 8 years old, I have followed the life and songs of Harry Lauder. Through his songs, you'll always find there's a story attached to them. Today, we are on a Harry Lauder trail from Portobello. We have come to Ardentini, in the Ardentini Hotel, where there are photographs of Harry Lauder, and also sheet music of his song, O'er the Hills to Ardentini. These are the hills.
O'er the hill to Ardentini, just to see my boy Ginny, just to get one of her smiles, I would walk 100 miles. O'er the hill to Ardentini, just to see my boy Ginny, just to get one of her smiles, I would walk 100 miles.
I think it's been absolutely hilarious. I think it's absolutely fantastic that so many people have got together with the spirit of Sir Harry, and despite the pouring rain and everything, it started off with a lovely, gentle tribute to Sir Harry at his grave, and then from there on, the sort of family spirit almost got going, and it's been a tremendous laugh, a tremendous scenery, a tremendous experience altogether. I think it's super.
See my boy Ginny, just to get one of her smiles, I would walk 100 miles.
Going over the hills to Ardentini, and we're now in the Ardentini Hotel. We're looking at all the pictures and memories of Uncle. There's one here of Aunt Nance and Uncle Harry, taken when they lived in Dunoon. And another one of John Lauder, Uncle Harry's son, who was killed in the war. And along with him is his fiancée, Mildred Thompson, who was a wonderful woman and left all her money eventually to the Home for the Disabled in Erskine Hospital. A truly wonderful thing to do. There's songs up here on the wall, the original O'er the Hills to Ardentini. This was a place that Uncle loved very much, and I think the music will live on many, many years. A beautiful song for a beautiful place. And everyone has been very kind and very friendly to us today. It's really been absolutely wonderful. I'm sure we've all enjoyed it thoroughly, despite the rain. But as Uncle Harry said, the whole of Scotland's bonny, even in the rain. I'm sure we've all enjoyed it, and seeing this beautiful place, beautiful hotel, has really been a good finale.
We're meeting here this evening to commemorate and celebrate the memory of one of our wonderful stars, Sir Harry Lauder. So I ask you to drink a toast to Sir Harry Lauder in his memory.
Harry Lauder.
In 1929, I was smoking over 40 cigarettes in a day in a pipe, and I took an interest in a crippled children's home, and I stopped. and devoted the money to that. When Harry heard the story, he came in, and the position was that I was able to take children to the pantomime, to the circus, and in particular many to the tattoo, as many as 1,000 to the military tattoo. Well, Harry subscribed to that, and with the other things, he gave me the entire money that was required because I couldn't afford to do it myself. He also gave me books and presents for the kiddies. And anything of that nature I just need to mention to him or to his niece Greta, and it arranged. And even after his death, I was given television sets for children's homes, radios, goalposts, and different things like that from Harry, and that continued on with his niece Greta. Many children's homes were supplied with things of that nature that they couldn't get themselves. But he only needed to hear about a thing, but time and again, I would say now one word outside and it will stop. He wanted to represent himself as a mean, miserable Scotsman, and he was far from it. In the heart of gold, with a sharp tongue for the chancers or the liberty takers. He could deal with them quickly. But I know that certain old people got so much weekly from him. I've run many dinners in Portobello where we had his favourite meal, which was mince and tatty, mince and potatoes. And that's what we had on every occasion. And different people were invited from all over. And people came and sang his songs. They were really good singers. And with wonderful night, Willie Fraser helped greatly and helped me greatly too during the Harry's illness and after his death. Willie's daughters are now members of the Harry Lauder Association.
We parted on the shore, yes, we parted on the shore. I said goodbye, love, I'm off to Baltimore. And I kissed her on the ship, and the crew began to roar. Hill-ho, we parted on the shore.
No, I think it's been marvellous actually just to see the grave and to see all that we've been talking about and writing about and just to actually have seen it gives the whole thing a new experience, if you like, a new meaning.
We parted on the shore, yes, we parted on the shore. I said goodbye, love, I'm off to Baltimore. And I kissed her on the ship, and the crew began to roar. Hill-ho, we parted on the shore.
I'd just like to say we've had a marvellous day today. We're on our way back on the ferry now from Dunoon over to Gourock, and I think, talking by myself, I've had a great day, and I think everybody else has had such a good day too. Weather's not been great, but that's the sort of sign that you just got to take.
I am the fella that's going to marry Bella, Bella the Bello Dunoon. And Dunoon's the bunniest place in the world, I tell you.
With his twinkling eye, his swinging kilt, and that famous stick, Sir Harry's fame has never faded.
And the wedding bells were ringing, and all the boys were singing. Here's to you and yours and me and mine. Ta-ra-ra. Then we had a gravy just to make us happy all the day, all the long time.
In 1907, Harry Lauder made cylinder records for Thomas Edison.
Who's the Know, sung by Harry Lauder, Edison Records. Oh, the know, I'm sure I thought that I adore the country I was born in.
Turning from cylinders to discs, the early record companies built up an impressive catalogue of Lauder recordings.
Love makes the world a merry-go-round, without love how sad it would be. Stars in the sky to shine would not try, and the moon would finally go.
Sir Harry certainly knew that gramophone records were the biggest publicity machine in the world.
All we may do, love makes the world a merry-go-round, and around it I'll go with you. No, love makes the world a merry-go-round, without love how sad it would be.
Millions of Sir Harry Lauder records were pressed.
And the moon would finally go. But love fills the earth with gladness and bliss, and guides us in all we may do. Love makes the world a merry-go-round, and around it I'll go with you. He's a bro, he'll ride his ride the job again. There's no another codger like him in the Scotch Reared among the heather, you can tell he's got his grip by the winkle, waggle on the kilter. Bro, he'll ride his ride the job again. There's no another codger like him in the Scotch Reared among the heather, you can tell he's got his grip by the winkle, waggle on the kilter. Oh, well, ta-ta.
All the nitrate film perishes easily. Charles Chaplin ordered many of his outtakes to be destroyed. These remarkable surviving scenes recall a visit which Harry Lauder made to America to see Charlie Chaplin in 1918. Together, they made a film to raise funds for the wounded soldiers during World War I. They changed costumes, and Chaplin does Lauder and Lauder does Chaplin in this short sequence entitled Charlie Lauder and Harry Chaplin. Harry Lauder was already a star when Charlie Chaplin was still learning his craft with Fred Carno on the British music halls. These rare pieces of film were painstakingly copied frame by frame, rare moments indeed of Charles Chaplin and Harry Lauder together. work of preserving old film is undertaken by the National Film Archive, and thanks to them we are able to see these flickering images of Sir Harry Lauder once again.
As assistant producer and production manager of the film Old Lang Syne, I had a lot of contact with him. He was a wonderful person. My first recollection, of course, is on location in Perth. We went up to Scotland. He sat on his bunk, and there was George Pearson and Bernard Knowles, Cyril Knowles. We listened to Sir Harry telling his stories the whole way up to Perth. We never went to sleep. How many bottles of whiskey we got through, I wouldn't know. But he kept us in fits of laughter the whole time. And of course, when we got to Perth, we had many things to do. But one thing, he had to catch a salmon. We had to show him catching a salmon, part of the script. He was a great fisherman. And he wasn't going to have a live salmon put on the hook. He said, I can catch a salmon. I said, we're very sorry, Sir Harry, but we can't turn the cameras over for the next hour while you're trying to catch a salmon. However, he was very good. He was a wonderful person. And he agreed for us to put a live salmon on the end of his hook. And we filmed him and showed him landing that salmon, and which he had to ultimately take down to London to his bairn. And quite a few other episodes I can tell you about. One particularly, he was a very kind and considerate man, and a generous man. Everybody who came in contact with him loved him. And we did the film at Maidavale Studios, and we had a property man called Jack Crofton, whose wife was very ill. And Sir Harry Lauder paid for her to be a private patient and was always concerned about her. That's the sort of thing Sir Harry used to do. He liked to be known as not as a generous man, as a mean man. He wasn't. He was always concerned with his staff. He was always concerned with everybody with him. And never forget him. Out of this world. Wonderful person. Well, you will remember that he had to catch a salmon up in Scotland, which he did, and that salmon he brought down to London. His bairn, who never turned up Hogmanay night, he decided he'd give his bairn a salmon anyway. He took this salmon to his hotel, to his room. By then, as you can guess, that salmon was pretty well stinking. He put his shoes outside the door and went to sleep. Next morning, he opened the door, and of course the smell of the salmon had gone all over the place. There was something like 50 cats outside his door. And in the script, in the shot, he had to just go shush like that, and all the cats had to scram. So when the shot came, turn him over. Okay, Sir Harry, we're all ready for you. He opened the door, he went shush, and not one cat moved, not one cat moved. So I said to George Pearson, we'll do the shot again tomorrow. And he said, all right. So Harry didn't seem to know much what was going on at that particular time. Anyway, the next morning, we got everything ready. And I said, Sir Harry, well, it's all right, sir. The cats will move all right. Turn them over. Sir Harry opened the door. He went, shush. Not a cat moved. He went, shush again. And I had taken with me my army revolver, .455, and I fired 2 shots into the ground. And in about 3 seconds, there was not one cat to be seen. Not one cat. They climbed up the flats, 10 feet high flats. They'd gone under the chair. They'd gone under the boards. And all the cats disappeared for at least a week.
Many functions I had, Harry Lauder supplied the money, but always made the condition, if anybody finds out, well, it'll stop. You must keep it dead secret that I'm doing this, because everybody thinks abroad, people don't know me, that I'm a mean man, and I want to carry that on. Now, he was a great man, but very careful. He's not one you could take liberties with. I mean, people coming for loans and wanting something for nothing. He did many, many charity shows, but everything had to be quiet. And I know for a fact that there were many, quite a number anyway, of people, old people that he knew, that got so much every week from him, but never a word about it. Like me, they had to keep quiet about it. He was dead plain, dead ordinary. And I can remember coming down from the manager's office in the King's Theatre with him and a taxi, and with Dave Willis, the comedian. And outside the NB Hotel, the crowd was waiting on Harry coming along, and they had a terrible row with a whiskey merchant, who a big way as a whiskey merchant, because he was giving the taxi driver 2 shillings, and Harry was arguing that a 6 was enough. That was sheer extravagance, and you shouldn't do things like that. But it was just taking the public on.
Absolutely marvellous. He was unbeatable, and there'll never be his like. And it's a great pity that such men must die. A great pity.
members of Harry Lauder Society and friends in Hamilton in the Bent Cemetery on a nasty, wet, stormy day, standing by the grave of Sir Harry Lauder.
Would you like to join on the end of the road, the chorus at the end of the road? Keep right on to the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road.
If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road.
Well, I'm sure everyone who's been to the exhibition today and who's been with us tonight has enjoyed this evening thoroughly. The films especially were wonderful. There's a great show of business saying follow that. I don't think anybody could follow Sir Harry, and I hope his memory lives forever.
Every road through life is a long, long road filled with joys and sorrows too. As we journey on, how your heart may yearn for the things most dear to you. With wealth and love bestowed, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on till the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on till the end of the road.
Oh, well, I hope we'll meet many another next, good next, the next.